I've just walked out of the arguments before the U.S. Supreme Court, which we hope will be the ultimate case that decides the freedom to marry nationwide. Two questions the court discussed today. The first, the freedom to marry. Is it a violation of constitutional principles to not permit same-sex couples to marry? That's the first question. Second question is, if a couple gets married in a state, a home state, and then they move to another state, is it a violation of constitutional principles for that new state that they live in to not recognize their marriage? That second question was the case in which NCLR was co-counsel on the Tennessee case. That also involved Ohio. On question one, we had Michigan and Kentucky. All four states had cases before the court, two arguments. Mary Bonato took question one from GLAAD, longtime colleague, best friend of mine, a fabulous advocate for our community for decades. Question two, Doug Draymeier, who was a part of our team from the law firm Ropes Gray, a seasoned U.S. Supreme Court litigator, and boy did it show. Both of them were spectacular. Look, I don't know how this is going to come out, but I feel very optimistic. This was a court that really understands our humanity. They understand the stories and the denial of marriage and what it means, the harm that it does to our relationships and to our children, and really to the fabric of what we stand for as a nation. Now, you can probably see behind me the last vestiges of our opposition. People who hopefully are on their last gasp in opposing us in the most toxic way. Look, I understand reasonable disagreements, or if someone has faith objections and they want to talk through how to manage their faith objections and also live in a constitutional democracy where everyone gets protected and treated equally. But the crap people have been hearing out here about us being an abomination or going to hell or God not loving us, we know that is all bunk. We know we are loved by any God we choose. We know we are loved by our families and by our communities. And we're about, hopefully when we win in June, going to be loved by this court and finally recognized as equal under the law when it comes to marriage. It will be a huge day. It will be an enormous victory. We won't be done, as you well know. But good gosh, have we accomplished something tremendous. Thank you for making it all possible.